By the time Lauren arrived home with her clean laundry after dinner, she was determined to learn the purpose of Pratt Toomey's road trip. Pratt, she decided, had apparently been on the trail of something so important to Teresa's allegations that somebody figured it was worth murdering him over. First, Lauren wanted to know if Robin and Elsie were right about Pratt making a stopover in Moab, and given the bicycle Pratt took with him, was the Moab stopover part of whatever lead he was pursuing on the investigation, or merely part of some impromptu vacation? And she also wanted to know exactly where he was heading when he was ambushed and murdered on Utah State Highway 191 in the La Salle Mountains. Lauren shared Robin's slim hope that the answers to all these questions would be spelled out in excruciatingly clear detail in the leather notebook that Pratt kept with him most of the time. But even the possibility that Pratt's itinerary was clearly etched in his log was discomfiting. If the boundary line between church and state was as porous in Utah as it seemed to be, Lauren feared that whatever the authorities discovered in Pratt's notebook might soon make its way into the hands of whoever had killed him. That, in turn, would complicate not only the investigation of Pratt's murder, but also, in all likelihood, the progression of Teresa's harassment action. Lauren had already concluded that the fact that Pratt had been tracked so effectively on his trip meant that whoever had killed him might be close enough to Teresa's case to know the comings and goings of the principals. As far as Lauren was concerned, that supposition alone pretty much ruled out the option of Robin Torr hiring another investigator from Salt Lake City to try and ghost Toomey's trail. And, of course, it ruled out either Lauren or Robin trying to do the shadowing themselves. And using Teresa was out of the question. Lauren spent a few moments sifting through the few options that presented themselves. Only one felt at all different from doing nothing. It was the one she chose. What Lauren decided to do was to enlist some out-of-town talent. Although she didn't know Robin Torr well, she thought she knew her well enough to guess that her sister's attorney wouldn't endorse the new plan. So she didn't ask. She took 2 steps toward the telephone in the kitchen before she thought better of it, and instead grabbed her coat and headed out the door. Lauren's second phone call to Colorado late that Sunday evening was to Alan. After some brief small talk, mostly bolder political gossip, and some prolonged sexual innuendo, mostly generated by Alan, she asked him if he and Sam Purdy would do her a little favor on their upcoming bike trip, like, would they consider changing the destination from Crested Butte, Colorado to Moab, Utah. "You're going to be in Moab?" Alan asked with excitement in his voice. He was eager for an opportunity to do his usually self-reliant lover just about any favor. "This is hard for me, sweetheart. You know, I'm not particularly adept at asking for things. You've wanted me to lean on you a little more. Well, here it is. I need a favor from you. What I need from you is for you to check something out for me in Moab. Since you and Sam are going riding anyway, I thought you could just as well go to Moab as Crested Butte. There's something I absolutely can't do myself there right now, or I wouldn't ask." "Listen, it's no big deal, Orrin. I'm delighted to help. I can't speak for Sam, but Moab's great for me. Does this have something to do with Teresa's case?" Quietly, she said, "It does." She stayed silent for a moment. He did too. She was hoping he wasn't contemplating going into shrink mode on her. She plowed on. "Okay. To be fair, Alan, what I'm asking might be a big deal. Let me tell you what's been happening here with the case. See, the investigator Teresa's attorney hired to help prepare the case was murdered last